The impossible conquest. How could a tiny force achieve such a monumental victory? In the annals of history, few events are as improbable as the Spanish conquest of the Inca Empire. Imagine a force smaller than a modern football team, outnumbered by thousands, yet conquering one of the largest and most powerful empires the world had ever seen. In 1532, 168 Spaniards, led by the cunning and ruthless Francisco Pizarro, marched into the heart of the Inca Empire and emerged victorious, forever altering the course of South American history. How could such a small group of conquerors achieve such an astounding and improbable victory? The answer lies in a complex interplay of factors: a perfect storm of technological superiority, internal strife within the Inca Empire, and the strategic brilliance of Pizarro. This is a story of ambition, betrayal, and the clash of two worlds, a story that continues to fascinate and provoke questions centuries later. It is a tale that forces us to examine the dynamics of power, the impact of technology, and the enduring legacy of colonialism. This is the story of how 168 Spaniards conquered an empire. This seemingly impossible feat, the defeat of the mighty Inca Empire at the hands of a handful of Spanish conquistadors, is not merely a historical curiosity. It is a stark reminder of how quickly fortunes can shift, how seemingly insurmountable obstacles can crumble, and how the course of history can be irrevocably altered by the actions of a determined few. The story of the Spanish conquest is a cautionary tale, a reminder of the potent cocktail of ambition, technology, and opportunity that can topple even the mightiest of empires. The Inca Empire, children of the sun. The Incas, a civilization that thrived in the heart of the Andes, were known for their deep connection to the sun, which they worshipped as a deity. Before we delve into the details of the conquest, it is essential to understand the empire that Pizarro and his men sought to conquer. The Inca Empire was not just a collection of territories, but a sophisticated and well-organized society. The Inca Empire, known as Tawantinsuyu in their native Quechua language, which means the four parts together, was a vast and sophisticated civilization that stretched for thousands of miles along the Andean spine of South America. This empire was a marvel of human ingenuity and resilience. From modern-day Colombia to Chile, the Incas built an empire renowned for its intricate road systems, advanced agriculture, and stunning architectural achievements, most famously the breathtaking city of Machu Picchu. Their roads connected distant regions, facilitating trade and communication across the rugged terrain. The Inca people believed themselves to be the children of Inti, the sun god, and their ruler, the Sapa Inca, was considered divine, the absolute ruler in both the spiritual and earthly realms. This belief system unified the empire under a common religious and cultural framework. They had developed a complex system of governance, a sophisticated system of record-keeping using knotted cords called quipu, and a mastery of engineering that allowed them to thrive in the challenging terrain of the Andes. Their ability to adapt and innovate was key to their success. The Inca Empire, at its zenith, was a model of efficiency and centralized power, a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of its people. Their administrative centers were hubs of activity, where decisions were made that affected the entire empire. However, like all great empires, the Inca Empire was not immune to internal strife. The vastness of their territory and the diversity of the people within it sometimes led to conflicts and power struggles. At the time of Pizarro's arrival, the empire was embroiled in a bitter civil war. This internal conflict had weakened the empire, making it more vulnerable to external threats. Two brothers, Atahualpa and Huáscar, were locked in a bloody struggle for the throne, a conflict that had weakened the empire and sown seeds of discord among its people. This fraternal war divided the empire and drained its resources. This internal conflict would prove to be a critical factor in the Spanish conquest, a vulnerability that Pizarro would ruthlessly exploit. The Spanish were quick to recognize and take advantage of the divisions within the Inca leadership. The Inca Empire, though powerful, was not without its vulnerabilities. The recent civil war had left the empire weakened and divided, creating an opportunity that Pizarro was quick to seize. The recent civil war had left the empire weakened and divided, creating an opportunity that Pizarro was quick to seize. The Spanish forces, though smaller in number, were well-equipped and determined. Unbeknownst to the Inca, a far greater threat loomed on the horizon, one that would exploit their internal divisions and forever change the destiny of their empire. the arrival of the Spaniards would bring unprecedented challenges. The arrival of the Spaniards, with their advanced weaponry, unyielding ambition, and alien diseases, would prove to be a disaster far greater than any civil war. The combination of military might and the spread of diseases like smallpox decimated the Inca population, leading to the eventual downfall of their once great empire. Pizarro's ambition, lust for gold and glory. Francisco Pizarro was a man of insatiable ambition, driven by a potent cocktail of greed, a thirst for glory, and a fervent belief in the Spanish Reconquista spirit. His dreams were not just of wealth, but of a legacy that would be remembered for centuries. Born into poverty in Spain, Pizarro yearned for wealth and recognition, a desire that led him to the New World in search of fortune. The tales of vast riches and uncharted lands were too enticing for a man of his ambitions to ignore. He had participated in the conquest of Panama, acquiring a taste for gold and a reputation for ruthlessness. The gold he saw and the power it brought only fueled his desire for more. Rumors of a wealthy empire in the south, a land where gold was as plentiful as sand, ignited Pizarro's imagination and set him on a collision course with the Inca. These stories were more than just rumors to Pizarro, they were a call to destiny. Pizarro was not a nobleman, nor was he a scholar. He was a man of action, a soldier who had clawed his way up from nothing. He was a hardened soldier, a pragmatist who understood the power of wealth and the allure it held for men like him. His experiences had taught him that gold could buy loyalty, power, and respect. He knew that tales of Inca gold would attract the men and resources he needed for his audacious plan. Pizarro's charisma and promises of untold riches were enough to gather a formidable force. Pizarro was a master manipulator, a skilled orator who could inspire his followers with promises of unimaginable riches and eternal glory. His words were like a siren's call, drawing men into his grand vision. In 1524, Pizarro embarked on his first expedition south, a journey fraught with hardship and danger. The unknown lands were perilous, but Pizarro's determination was unwavering. He encountered fierce resistance from native populations and treacherous jungle conditions. The journey tested the limits of his men, but Pizarro's resolve kept them moving forward. His initial attempts to penetrate the Inca Empire were met with failure, forcing him to retreat and regroup. These setbacks were harsh lessons, but they also provided valuable insights. However, these setbacks did not deter Pizarro. They only strengthened his resolve. Each failure was a stepping stone, a lesson in the art of conquest. He had glimpsed the wealth of the Inca, and he would not be deterred. The sight of gold was a powerful motivator, a promise of the riches that lay ahead. Pizarro, hardened by his experiences and fueled by his ambitions, was not a man to be easily dissuaded. His vision of conquest was clear, and he was willing to pay any price to achieve it. The setbacks he faced only solidified his resolve, turning his obsession with the Inca Empire into a burning desire for conquest. His men, inspired by his unwavering determination, followed him with renewed vigor. The lure of unimaginable wealth, the promise of power rivaling that of kings, and the opportunity to etch his name in the annals of history, these were the forces that drove Pizarro relentlessly towards his destiny. His ambition knew no bounds, and his vision was grand. The Inca, unaware of the relentless ambition of the man targeting their empire, continued their internal struggles, unwittingly playing into Pizarro's hands. Their focus on internal matters left them vulnerable to the external threat that Pizarro represented. The tools of conquest: steel, horses, and guns against an empire. To understand how such a small force could conquer an empire, it is crucial to examine the technological disparity between the Spaniards and the Inca. The Spaniards, though fewer in number, possessed tools and weapons that were far more advanced than those of the Inca. The Spaniards arrived in the New World armed with weapons and technology far superior to anything the Inca had ever encountered. Their arrival marked the beginning of a new era of warfare in the Americas. These advantages, though few in number, would prove decisive in the conflict. The Spaniards' steel weapons and armor were products of centuries of European warfare honed to perfection. The Spanish conquistadors, clad in steel armor, wielded weapons forged in the fires of European warfare. Their armor provided them with protection that the Inca weapons could rarely penetrate. Their swords, capable of cleaving through Inca armor with ease, were instruments of terror, capable of inflicting devastating wounds. These swords were not just weapons, They were symbols of Spanish dominance and technological superiority. Their crossbows, far more powerful than the Inca slings and bows, could pierce through shields and armor, delivering deadly bolts from afar. The crossbow's range and power made it a formidable weapon on the battlefield, and their cannons, though few in number, were capable of unleashing terrifying volleys of iron shot, shattering Inca formations and sowing panic in their ranks. The thunderous roar of the cannons was unlike anything the Inca had ever heard. However, it was the horse, an animal unknown to the Inca, that played a pivotal role in the Spanish conquest. The horse provided the Spaniards with unmatched mobility and speed. The sight of these powerful creatures, their riders clad in shining armor and wielding weapons of thunder and lightning, struck terror into the hearts of the Inca, who believed them to be mythical beasts. The psychological impact of the horse cannot be overstated. The speed and mobility of the Spanish cavalry gave them a decisive advantage in battle, allowing them to outmaneuver Inca formations, charge into their ranks, and sow chaos and confusion. The cavalry's ability to strike quickly and retreat just as fast was a game-changer. These technological advantages, coupled with the strategic cunning of Pizarro, would prove to be insurmountable obstacles for the Inca. Pizarro's ability to leverage these tools effectively was key to the Spanish success. The Inca, despite their bravery and numerical superiority, were ill-equipped to deal with the Spaniards' advanced weaponry and military tactics. Their traditional weapons and strategies were no match for the Spanish innovations. The clash between these two civilizations was not merely a battle of armies. It was a collision of technologies, a stark illustration of how technological superiority can tip the scales of power and determine the fate of empires. The Spanish conquest of the Inca Empire serves as a powerful reminder of the impact of technological advancement in the annals of history.